Thank you so much. We are going to share our success trip to London. Actually, we're leaving out the London part and our trip to South Africa, which we had earned through our selling our products for NuSkin.
Our NuSkin business.
Our NuSkin business. So South Africa, it was amazing.
Use the clicker.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I don't need it. Okay. There you go. So we flew in from, it was a long trip, okay? We flew to London and from London to Johannesburg. That was 21 hours.
22 hours.
We broke it up with London and spent some time there. It was awesome. So this is where we stayed at Sun City Resorts. It was a huge place, and there were about 4 hotels within that property. So one of them is
and 2 golf courses.
That's right, yeah. And this is at the top of the Palace Hotel, which is a high-end hotel there. And you can see that view is beautiful. The color is so intense, basically for what this is. Okay, so this is from the top of the King's Tower, 9th floor up. Just beautiful sight. And this is everything in South Africa, or at least at Sun City, was huge. All the sculptures were big. You can see there that we're just this little minuscule bodies there, but a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun. We had great weather as well, although it rained a little bit here and there. We sort of like missed the rain. We were inside when it was raining, or just finished our safari. Very lucky.
What was the month that you went?
This is March.
March.
Yeah.
Towards the end of March.
That's March.
So again, these are beautiful. They were carved out of the stone there, and then also the sculptures on the side was just lined with elephants that size.
How did they carve the trunks?
I have no idea. This is we were moving on from our general session into a big amphitheater where we took the group shot of 1,000 people.
Yeah.
There were many of us who won this trip. This is us. What's the colors again?
The colors are
Don't do last night. Okay, that's our senior partner from Hawaii and ourselves at the Palace Hotel, and we're having a dinner there. It was marvelous, and one of the greatest things that happened that night was a group of South Africans were there having dinner, just beautifully dressed, and they all stood up and started singing, and it was amazing.
It was a birthday for our 16-year-old.
Yeah.
And it was beautiful.
There, apologize for the color again, but you can see again how big those sculptures are, and there's a fountain on the top of that. That's our safari jeep and our giraffe. There were quite a few of these. Jim, you want to say it?
Okay, that's one of the first animals we saw when we went into the park on that jeep. The giraffes just standing there by the side of the road. They're just looking at us, munching away at a tree.
It's very interesting.
It's kind of cool. And then zebras and wildebeest walking around.
Lots of wildebeest around. And you want to tell them about
okay. So these are over there. That's the impalas, and if you look on their little butt, there's kind of like an M shape, like a
dark
lines, and like it looks like an M. And the driver says that they call that a Bush McDonald, and it's lion fast food.
more those are
new wildebeest, whatever they call it.
Okay.
Now, this elephant was taken with my phone from about distance from me sitting and thinking to Jack.
Ed.
Ed. It's just, that's right there. He's just walking towards the Jeep, and he goes, wait.
And of course, everybody stopped because they crossed the
And a whole
road.
herd of them crossing the road in front of us. He's kind of behind it. It's like, oh, that's not good.
It was perfect timing for us to be there. And this is an elephant as well, taking a nap.
It's kind of hard to see, but there's an elephant in that tree, and he'd go into the tree and park his trunks in his tusks in the branch, and that's how they sleep. They don't lay down. So he's sleeping in the tree.
Did you get any video of them climbing the tree? No?
No. You don't want him climbing up the tree, because his poop was about that big.
So this is a young elephant who, because he was by himself, who was pushed out of the herd, because if he was there, you know, then they would be crossbreeding with the mothers and the sisters and so on, so they kind of naturally
Kick
send
him
on. So he was only like the end of the chair there, and the Jeep was here.
Yeah, we-
He's there sleeping on in the tree. I'm like, well, that's kind of a strange place for you to take him out, but it was perfect for us.
Like an elephant garage.
And at the Sun City Resort, they have a crocodile farm, and I never saw so many crocodiles. And
Nile
so-
crocodile. The main big one, I don't know if you can see really well.
Yeah,
Where is
right
it?
there.
This one.
Yeah.
This guy right here. If you can see, he's bigger, he's almost twice as big. The other ones are females. He's the only male in the pond. And he's 900, they said he's 900 kilos. I said, whoa, he's like a truck. He's
Huge.
huge.
Wow, lots of wives.
They were trying to get him to come up out of the water to take the chicken, but all the other ones went in and jumped on top of him, tried to drown him.
Swimming around the crocodiles. And then this is, oh, I can't think it is. Sorry, I'm so like perfectionist.
Stop
Okay,
doing it.
this was the highlight of our trip. So Ukatula Conservation Center, they educate people there, and they do research, amazing research they're doing, and they have a biobank of all the genes because of lions, because there's only 7,000 lions in the world now. And it's an amazing amount of work they're doing. So this was an incredible part of our trip. You can see, we actually, when we joined this, when we signed up for this, we didn't know that we were really gonna be walking with the lions. I thought, you know, I'd seen pictures of other people with cubs and things, and I thought, okay, let's go see them. But not so, so let's see if I can,
What that means is we do reward them.
they teach us how to do this.
Sometimes I might try and knock it over. If you land closer, please do not try to kick it. With your shoes or either by using the walking stick, you're going to be vulnerable to the cat. Rather take a step back and you put the stick in front of you like this, you flash it so firmly. They know the drill every time when you do like this, that this is their space. Okay, they can't come to you. So every time when you feel uncomfortable, just present the stick in front of you. Okay. And secondly, please, let's make sure that we walk in one knitted group. It's very important. In nature, they would look at someone who's lagging behind, either to be sick, weak, or crippled, then actually isolate that friend of theirs, and then they actually cannibalize. Okay, so let's move together. It's very important. Thirdly, there'll be leaders going to be in front of the lions. Let's make sure that we give him a 6 meters healthy space to work with his lions. We don't go in front of the lions. The front bit of the mouth, it bites, the tail doesn't bite. We're always behind the tail, 6 meters away from them. Okay. And it's very important where you be taking the selfies and the photos. Do not crunch down, do not kneel down to take a nice lovely photo. You're going to be vulnerable to the cat. They are very inquisitive, they always want to play with you in a very rough way, and you won't be able to defend yourself. Okay? And we don't allow to run, to scream. By mistake, if you maybe trip and fall, please try and stand up 1 or 2 feet as much as fast as you can. Okay. Otherwise, besides that, please enjoy it. This is on Fairy Tale. It's real. We'll be walking with the lions. Please enjoy it with pleasure.
So when I first arrived at this conservation center, the woman looked at me and she said, "You need to walk in the middle, or stay in the middle of the group." And I'm like, "Why is she saying that to me, you know?" And he repeated it, and it's because I was the smallest one there. And after we were done, we got the brochure, and it says, you need to be, what?
1.5 meters.
1.5 meters, and I said, how tall is that? And of
That's
course,
5
I'm
foot.
under that a little bit. So it was like, oh, I see why. They don't allow kids to go on these walks too. They're not trained animals, even
You're a
though we
kid.
can use the stick and do that much.
She married a kid?
The lion. Kind of.
That gentleman, very educated people, educated in London and
Oxford.
at Oxford College in the animal husbandry or zoology and all of that. So that's us with the lion above, and he took the picture for us with the lion in back, and they got them out of this huge area, and first thing they did was jump on that tree. And they don't eat very often, they said. They eat, what, 3 days They eat
every 3 or 4 days, they don't,
and beyond. They will not eat every day. Okay, so you see the water in the back. They threw chickens in the water, and really they're kind of not interested. Only 2 of them got in the water actually, and only 1 really ate the 2 chickens they threw in there. They were not really into it.
this is the oldest lion on that little walk. He's probably on one of his last walks, because he's being bossy by, he just flopped down in the middle of the road. And we have to stop. And so the guide, since he was there, he says, everybody come up 2 by 2, take pictures. We all got a picture with this guy laying in the road. And then they had to get and go poke him around with a stick to get him up again. But he's being bossy by leading the pack.
So there we are, walking with the lions, in back, 6 meters, and one of the guys are in front with my phone taking the video. It was quite an experience, and at first I thought, really, we're gonna walk with the lions? And I got a little scared, but as they taught us, and as we started to walk, I felt really safe. I didn't feel jeopardized at all. It was pretty amazing
You
to
can
watch.
see her walking right there in the middle.
I'd be trying to be, I follow directions real well.
I see the lions are talking to one another,
Yeah.
saying, why do we have to do this today?
These lions, these are actually young lions, about 3 years old, and they weigh about 250 to 300 pounds.
They were allowed to wander off like that too, and so, they were looking and hunting. So you can see the guide would go out and start following them, seeing where they were going to get them back into the group.
Is it humid
That's
there?
enough. Huh?
Is it humid or dry or?
It was kind of like this, but a little bit warmer,
Yeah.
like overcast and stuff. So it's really good. They're doing genetic studies on the white lion, so it's a genetic mutation that happens in the wild, and they're doing gene studies on that. So these white lions are not albino. They just
That's the papa lion there.
yeah. This is the papa lion. This is the father of all 4 of those other lions that was there out there, but different mothers.
Did you get to walk with the white one?
No.
there was no-
Anything bigger than the ones we were, or older, no. They don't take them out for a walk.
But they said that they have one white lion out there, a female, who every time that she was on the walk, she would just all of a sudden take off into the brush and come back with something she killed.
No, these are,
Every time that she went on a walk, they said she walked her twice a week on these groups, but she'd take off in the brush and bring something back. So it's like,
Did she share?
no.
so these are the lion cubs that were gathered there. I learned that they were kind of lazy, and they just kind of lay around and nibble on each other's ear, and that's kind of a superiority function of nibbling on the ears. They all went back. They were in a cluster here, and they went back and back of the building, and they all peed in a spot, and then went over to that tree and started scratching. It was like a ritual. It's fun.
We got to play with the cheetah.
Go ahead. Okay, what about cheetahs?
Well, they said, don't touch their paws and don't touch their tail, because that's the biggest part of what they do is running, and the tail is their rudder, how they keep their balance when they're at 80 miles an hour.
You all 3 of those movement, all
was
3 of
just 2.
those things, movement,
With
Videos.
videos?
No,
Or just
Just
one?
just the one. We
Okay.
have more, but
No, I
down
just
to.
curious.
So yeah, there were 2 in there. They're huge, and when they leap, it's like from here to there.
See, they took us out on a pathway, there's 3 white posts, and they showed, this is a start, and the next one would be about 25 feet out, and the next one is 70 feet down the way, and that's their next strike, because they can get going that fast, and they're at full speed down.
So these are the tigers, and they were totally different from the lions. They were, as soon as they were out, they were running around, making a lot of noise, climbing on people, and this one came up to Jim and gave him a little love bite.
Took a taste.
Yeah.
It was like,
Okay, so we got the certificate that we walked with the lions. It was a very nice gift. Yes, and so the lessons we learned, when you decide to do something, the universe steps up, start aligning everything for you, and you get what you want. So that's how we got there. And I just want you to know that we discovered how powerful Facebook was, because 30% of the people there who were under 30 years old just posted our powerful AP24 whitening toothpaste and got there in, some of them did it in 1 month, and some did it in 6 months to qualify for this free trip. And it's a lot of work, folks, but Facebook has changed our ability to reach people and to build networks. The other thing, I know we're running out of time, is we really realized we have a global business, and we are building now a global business, because it was amazing how many people, sort of South Africans, crossed our paths while we were there that are now our partners in NuSkin. So we have 4 started, and one of them has brought in already 3 people into the business, and who knows how much more we'll do. And all of it, the lesson was, Africa's very far away. They're 9 hours difference in time. So when I'm about ready to go to bed, they're waking up, and the reverse. So we're trying to talk to them at different times. But we want to thank all of you for supporting us in our growth of our business, and we really, really appreciate that. And the lessons we've learned in this group from all of you and your wisdom has helped us to become better at what we do and to earn this. So we really appreciate that. Thank you so much.